In this short video, I'm going to show you how you can automatically reconcile your rent payments directly from your bank transactions in just a couple of clicks. The first step is to ensure that you've connected your bank. Once you've connected your bank, we can pull in up to 2 years worth of data. Next, go to the property page, and at the top of the page, you'll notice there's a button to add a new tenancy. You can also do this by going to the rent scheduler and clicking Add Tenancy on the top right hand side. Select the tenant, enter the start date, and for this tenancy I'm going to go back over 12 months in time. I'm going to put in the rent amount that I'm looking for, and now the system is able to search for all those rent payments against that particular tenant name. And you'll notice in the background the whole schedule of rents has now been created. And now I have some new options. I can manually mark all these payments as paid. I can search and match and look for the bank payments that match through the bank account. Or I can just skip this page and leave all these payments as unpaid. So let's go ahead and look for matching transactions. When I click the button, you can see that the system has found 13 matching rent payments. You can see now that the bank symbol is now associated to each payment, which tells me that they've been reconciled directly from the bank. And if I click on the bank symbol, it'll actually take me back to the bank page, and I can see all these rents are now categorized and in the Categorize tab. If you make a mistake, don't worry, it's really easy to delete the tenancy and re-add it in. Just go to the 3 little dots at the top of the right hand page, click on Delete Tenancy, click Yes to confirm. The tenancy will be removed, and when you go back to your bank page, all those categorized transactions will be moved back into review. If you've clicked on the Match Payment button and the payments don't match, let me show you why that could be. Let's say the rent is £1,200. We've clicked on the Match from Bank. The system has searched through all the transactions, but only one transaction has been found. You'll notice the others are still showing as outstanding. This is because the amounts are different, or the payment date is more than 7 days different from the actual date specified in the tenancy agreement. You can still reconcile a non-matching transaction from the bank. You just need to go back to the bank page, find the transaction, specify the property, mark it as rent, and then select the rent payment that you want to match it against. Back on the rent scheduler page, if you want to mark your rent manually, you can just click on the button here. If you want to change the amount, let's say £1,000 comes in instead of the £1,200, you can specify that, specify the date that it was received, and then save it as income. You'll notice that this transaction doesn't have a bank symbol next to it, and that's because we've reconciled the payment manually. And you can see the £1,000 being logged, leaving an outstanding balance for that payment for £200. If you use a letting agent and they deduct a monthly commission, then this is how to add it in the tenancy. Select the tenant in the same way, select your start date, I'm going back over a year, put in the rent amount, but notice that the rent amount is £1,650 and the agent is making a deduction of £150. Put in the name of the agent, categorize the transaction, and then save the tenancy. Click on Match from Bank in the same way, and again we've found 13 matching transactions. Except this time you'll notice that the rent is the £1,650, the deduction is £150 that the agent takes, and your net rent is £1,500. Please note that our system searches on the £1,500 and not the £1,650, because it's the £1,500 that comes into your bank account. I hope you found this video useful. There are lots more very similar videos on our YouTube channel where you can subscribe completely free to stay updated. If you need any more help, please reach out to us at info@alphaletz.com.